involved with the Resisting Violence Project through my guidance counselor at school. He recommended me to apply for this because I worked with him a lot one-on-one with like personal issues I've had in the past, and he thought that it would be a really good opportunity for me to get involved in the project.
I think we are focusing more on drugs and alcohol, just the abuse of those and how it affects, how people act towards each other, and just like it creates a violent cycle. I think that's what we're focusing on this year, to basically just like kind of try and steer clear from the drugs and alcohol and the violence and just break the cycle.
We saw this as an issue because even being at school and listening to everybody go on, oh, we went out drinking on the weekend and I had sex with this person, or I told this person where to go and how to get there, and it's just a really big issue in our community. There's a lot of it that happens, and it's serious.
I believe that substance abuse and violence against women do have a correlation. It just depends on the situation.
In my opinion, substance use is an issue because that could arise problems in abusive situations. Dating violence, I just don't know how that could be done to another person. If you're supposed to love somebody, love them, don't hit them.
Do you think that dating violence is more than just physical violence?
Yes, emotional, mental.
Have you ever seen it?
Yes, I have been in situations. Not me personally, but yes, I've been in situations.
I have seen that there's been problems in my community with alcohol and drugs and violence. Like, I have friends, their parents, they drink and they smoke and they're fighting all the time, like, I haven't outright seen one of my friends' parents get smacked by the other, but just the way they speak to each other, and like my friend's mom and her boyfriend, they fight all the time, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna slit your throat, and it's like, wow, you really don't know how to respect her, and she's so used to being disrespected that she doesn't know the difference. Seems like it's just so accepted nowadays. It shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be.
Well, to get out of an abusive relationship or an abusive situation, you have to be brave, you have to be courageous, and you have to be confident in yourself to know that I don't need this person to be hurting me. I need to get out of this for me.
Yeah, there are a lot of kids following in the footsteps nowadays. Like, I know that, way back, people would drink and do drugs, but it wasn't as serious as it is now. I mean, in this town alone, Antigonish, I'm gonna say most of the population, if not every teenager, preteen, has at least drank once or twice, or smoked a cigarette, or smoked weed, or did some kind of drug, and it's just making the problem worse, because there are so many people that are becoming younger. Like, the addicts are younger and younger, and as they get older, if they can't straighten their lives out while they're young, they could get stuck like that, and while they're stuck like that, they could get into a sticky situation in a bad relationship, or anything really, where it's almost like somebody has power over them, which it shouldn't be, because it's supposed to be a partnership.
I've gone out before with friends and gone drinking, and I mean, you see people just walk up and grab a girl's purse, and I mean, it's not appropriate for men to do that, or women, either one. I mean, it affects both equally. There's girls that do that to other girls, and I mean, I've had people come up and slap your butt or grab your breasts or whatever else. I mean, it's not appropriate for people to do that, and it's wrong.
I've seen 19, 20, 22, that area of age, hanging out with 13, 14, 15-year-olds, sleeping with them, drinking with them, doing drugs with them, and it's acceptable because, oh, well, they look older, or oh, well, everybody else is doing it. That's not right. These kids don't realize that they're taking down their own value, their self-worth, and they don't realize it at the time, but they kick themselves over and over again because of it. And I think that the older generation, and just more people that are younger, need to stand up and put their foot down and say, no, you're a child. You need to be a child. you don't need to get mixed in this scene. I'm sorry, leave, you know. We don't want you here, not because of who you are, but because of your age. We don't want to, you know, influence you negatively. I think more people need to be like that.
I think peer mentorship would be the best way to explain to youth about substances and alcohol and how not to use it as a suppressant or anything like that.
It would help to have more youth focused in, like, to have a team of people that say, you know, let's do this on the weekend, or, you know, let's have a dance or a get together or something to kind of lead the youth away from drinking and doing drugs and more into doing appropriate things for their age level.
I would like for my community to be comfortable, you know, talking to the kids about these things. And, like, I know it's going to be really weird for me because I grew up with these little people in my community, and, you know, they might hear me talking about, you know, some really crazy things and giving examples from my life, which is going to be really, really weird, and it's going to be really hard to do because these kids might judge me forever. But hopefully, you know, because of what I'm doing, they'll learn from it. And I'm hoping that, you know, these kids will be really influenced, and even the adults. I really hope that they can see that there are people that are trying, and if they can see that, they can become motivated and just, like, keep the motivation going.